Why don't people have the same care for Errol Spence that they have for Terrence Crawford? Let's talk.
Straighter, not a roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about. The straight shot is the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill
Pull
somebody
back
for
a
a
little
few
bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now I want to see you fight, motherfuckers. I do. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Yo, it's the best, fight the best. If you ain't with the moto, just click the link, bitch, and get buried like the rest. It ain't gonna work how you want it. These trolls already tried, too many come but don't leave. So if you here, you gotta die. I'm spitting straight facts. These bitches crying cause they hate that. The LDBC's the top topic, bitch, hate that. We the ones that bring the truth to these fans. So while you hate, I'ma laugh and keep counting these bands. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you.
Welcome to the graveyard.
So, Errol Spence did an interview, and he said it don't matter how long he's out of the ring. He could be out for however long, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's only one fight he wants, and that's Terrence Crawford. He's a man of his word. That's the only fight he wants. That's the only fight he's going after. I have problems with this. People praised and gave Terrence Crawford all kinds of credit and all kind of respect and love because Terrence Crawford said, well, I'm fighting David Ambrosia because I gotta get paid. I've been out of the ring for so long. It's been a year for Errol Spence, right? He last fought in April. We're in May right now. It's been a year since he unified all three belts. He called Terrence Crawford out in the ring. All you heard is how, oh man, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence tried to age him out. Errol Spence tried to wait him out, bro. Like Terrence Crawford was not even active, man. He not even active. This is crazy, man. Terrence Crawford not active. Of course, Errol Spence sent him college. Why can't Errol Spence just, fight him afterwards? Let him get a fight after, bro. Let him get that because he's inactive. This is crazy, man. He want to fight him when he's inactive. How come I don't see anybody talking about Errol Spence's inactivity? How come no one is saying, nah, come on, bro, Terrence Crawford, nah, you can't fight Errol Spence right now, bro. We gotta do this. We gotta be fair and consistent. We gotta do the same thing we said about you, Errol. We gotta do the same thing for Errol. Errol gotta get a tune-up fight. Errol gotta be active. Errol gotta get this. Errol gotta get that. Errol has to get exactly what you said. Errol's got to get paid. Errol got a family, man. He got family. He got a family to feed, man. He got to get paid, man. How come no one is saying this? How come no one is saying that Errol got to get paid? At the end of the day, didn't you guys say that Terrence Crawford makes more than Errol Spence? So if Terrence Crawford makes more than Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford got to get paid, and that's why y'all were okay with Ambrosia fight, then shouldn't y'all be really, really okay with Errol Spence? Broke Errol Spence? Shouldn't y'all be really, really okay with him? Because Terrence Crawford makes more than him. And Terrence Crawford had to get a tune-up, stay busy. He had to make the money. So then Errol Spence should definitely have a tune-up fight. He should definitely have something in there. But once again, in the same interview, Errol says, I don't do tune-ups. I'm that guy. That's the fight I've been trying to make. That's the only fight I want. Wow. That's the fight that I've been trying to make, and that's the only fight I want. That's what the man who hasn't fought in a year says. That's what the man that called out Terrence Crawford. That's the man that said, I'm cleaning up my side of the street. When I clean up my side of the street, the only person I want is Terrence Crawford. I'm going after that belt. That's exactly what he's done. But for some strange reason, Terrence Crawford says, well, I don't take blame for nothing. I don't take blame for nothing. I tried. I don't take blame. And I'm sitting here like, so the guy that is refusing to fight anybody except Terrence Crawford, he's refusing to fight anybody. That guy refusing to fight everybody. He only wants to fight Terrence Crawford. But for some strange reason, you guys are telling me that guy is the holdup. Errol Spence can fight Keith Thurman. Errol Spence can fight Jerron Boots Ennis. He can fight those guys. Absolutely. Errol Spence can tell Oscar De La Biche, set up a Virgil Ortiz fight. Oscar De La Biche is motherfucking sweating in his high heels and fishnets to make that fight. He wants that fight bad because he wants the payday. Has nothing to do with a victory. He just wants the payday. He knows it'll be a gigantic one if they fight in Texas. He knows that. It'll be astronomically huge. But Errol Spence is saying, fuck all that. I just want Terrence Crawford. Got the man on 2 shirts, sent the man multiple contracts, offers, multiple term sheets, of which the man said, Budrick said he agreed to everything. He agreed to everything. And then didn't agree to everything. Yet, this man is saying the only fight he wants is Terrence Crawford. Don't matter if he's out of the ring for 2 years, 3 years, don't matter. The only fight he wants is Terrence Crawford. This is the ultimate best fight the best. This is the ultimate. This man is literally putting his career in jeopardy for the best to fight the best. How, BFTB? How is he doing that? Because he's inactive. Inactivity is a thing. It is a thing. Now, he may be getting the best sparring in the world, but it's different. Inactivity is a thing. He is more inactive than Terrence Crawford because he is trying to fight Terrence Crawford while Terrence Crawford is using his name and fighting other people. Now, at this point, I sit and I'm just like, I'm so exasperated with this fucking fight. I'm so exasperated because I'm not the dude that's going to say, oh, well, I rock with Errol Spence or, oh, well, I rock with Terrence Crawford, so it really don't matter. I'm just going to rock with him. No, I'm the dude that says, I rock with Terrence Crawford because I think Errol Spence is the holdup. Until I find out it's Terrence Crawford. And I'm like, bro, I still rock with Terrence Crawford. I think he's a good fighter. It's man down to me. It's been man down for a long time. It's man down, all right? I've never not rocked with Errol Spence. It's always just been I thought he was the holdup until I know otherwise. At this point, it's blatantly obvious that Terrence Crawford just don't want to fight the man. I mean, how much more obvious can we get at this point? He don't want to fight him. Errol Spence has literally been trying to make this fight for over a year. That's the only fight. People talking about Keith Thurman this and Keith Thurman that. Well, why didn't it happen? Because Errol Spence only wants to fight Terrence Crawford. They talk about Jerron Boots Ennis this and Jerron Boots Ennis this. After April, Errol got X amount of time, blah, blah, blah. Well, why isn't that happening? Where's that conversation at? Because Errol Spence only wants Terrence Crawford. That's why. And for some strange reason, people are trying to make false equivalents. Oh, listen, I don't even blame Terrence Crawford. It ain't Terrence Crawford's fault. Terrence Crawford ain't scared. Terrence Crawford wants to fight. Says what? Says who? Because Terrence said so? Well, what do his actions say? Y'all heard of that actions speak louder than words thing, right? Y'all heard of that. Well, what does Terrence Crawford's words say? Well, that fight is beyond me. I'm done with it. I'm past it. It should have happened when I was at 135. I've been calling him out since before I was undisputed. All lies, but that's what he'll say. Even if they offer me 50-50, even if they offer me 50-50, I'm beyond it. I'm past it until they offer you 60-40, and then you accept 60-35, 65-35, and no one says anything about that. The man says, I don't even know if I'll take it if they offer me 50-50, and then accept 65-35, and you guys say nothing. You just move right past it. Yeah, see, this shows Terrence Crawford really wants it. This shows that Terrence Crawford, he wants it. How does it show he wants it? Because he accepted 65-35? Well, if you accept 65-35, then doesn't that mean you accept 65-35? He did not accept 65-35. He said it and didn't do it. See, accepting has an action behind it. That's an actionable word. I can say I accept everything, but there's an action behind accepting. You must do something to accept. I can say it all day long, but you must do something. He did nothing. So he did not accept at all, after telling the world that he does accept. Here again, Errol right now talking about, I don't want no other fights. This is a fight I want. I don't care how long it takes. I disagree with him. You should care how long it takes. You are a bad boy, EJ. Listen, you are that dude. All right, you're a bad boy. The problem with that is Father Time is undefeated. And the longer you wait, he's literally getting aged out. Oh man, how's he getting aged out? BFTB, Errol, Terrence Crawford older than Errol Spence. Yeah, but Terrence Crawford is staying active. He's staying active. That's what's happening. Just fought Ambrosia. Talk about fighting Rocha. Yeah, all that. Well, Rocha got to fight. BFTB, he got to fight. So, Ryan Garcia had a fight too. How'd that play out? Ryan Garcia had a fight and then pulled out of his fight and fought Gervonta Tank Davis. Rocha has a fight. Yeah, got a fight lined up, supposedly lined up. But if there is no Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, if I'm Alexis Rocha, if I'm Oscar De La Biche, yeah, I'm forcing Terrence Crawford to fight his mandatory. Again, it's a cakewalk, walk in the park, but, whatever. And he'll more than likely fight that guy, too. Well, I don't duck my mandatories. I fight my mandatories. Look who your mandatories have been. Look who they have been. I'd fight my mandatories, too, if my mandatories were who the fuck you fought. Hell yeah, sign me up. That's an easy bag. But I sit here after watching that interview, and shout out to my homie Contender Regime, because I watched some of that. That's what sparked me. I've seen it. I seen his interview, Breaking Silence, and all these other things that some of my homies did and stuff like that. I saw all that, but I don't really fall into that, right? But I'm on my homie Contender Regime. I just saw that snippet, and that was good enough for me. I'm just like, God damn, Errol, bro. Like, at what point is wanting the best fight the best a problem? It's getting to be a problem at this point. For real. This man is just blatantly stunting your growth. Blatantly holding you out. Terrence Crawford is freezing Errol Spence out. Blatantly freezing him out. Blatantly. And then you got all these people in the media and in the public who are straight hypocrites. Y'all are not keeping it a buck. You're not being honest. You're not being real. This man just did this interview. Where's old media? Where's Max Kellerman talking about Terrence Crawford ducking Errol Spence? Where's DAZN talking about how Terrence Crawford is ducking Errol Spence? Because Terrence Crawford has fought David Ambrosia. Errol Spence has not fought no one. He said, I want Terrence Crawford, and that's it. All that hype and hoopla about him fighting Keith Thurman, where'd that go? Where'd it go? Where's that conversation? When's that fight? All the hype and hoopla about him and Boots, where'd that go? When's that happening? Because Errol Spence said, the only fight I want is Terrence Crawford. That is the only fight. It is not Errol Spence holding up the welterweight division. It is Terrence Crawford. Us as fight fans, us as boxing fans, claim that we want the best to fight the best. The creme de la creme of the best fighting the best at 147 is Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. What's the holdup? What's the holdup? I explained to you guys the business of boxing. It's not very difficult. It really isn't difficult. I haven't looked at the comments. I know motherfuckers is crying in the comments, but that's the business of boxing. That is it. I know somebody will say, "Oh man, well, it don't really matter if you want the fight, you just make the fight." Yeah, you make the fight using the three criteria that I gave. Oh man, that's not really the business of boxing. It's something else. No, it is not something else. What is it? The things that I told you is the business of boxing. That's what it is. At this particular moment, you cannot convince me that Terrence Crawford wants to fight Errol Spence. You cannot convince me. There is no convincing me. None at all. That fight is fizzling. It already peaked. It's actually going downhill. It's going downhill. It took how long for Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao? 5 years? The hype started in 2010. Well, actually 2009, to be honest. When Floyd Mayweather called Pacquiao out is when it started. But they say 2010 because the fight was supposed to happen in March of 2010. And it didn't happen until May of 2015. So 5 years. This fight was supposed to happen in 2018. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We're already in 5 years. If this fight doesn't happen this year, it will have taken longer for this fight to happen than Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Just in case y'all curious. If this fight does not happen this year is the exact amount of time that it took for Floyd and Pacquiao to fight. So if Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence don't fight this year, it is a longer marinated fight. It is a longer built fight than Floyd and Pacquiao. Facts are the facts. I've already peaked on this fight. I'm actually going down. I'm on the downside, bro. I've already peaked. I've already went to the mountaintop. I'm on the downside of this motherfucker right here. I'm to the point where I just want Errol to move up. I am, bro. I'm to the point where it's like, bro, get this dude Budrick the fuck out of here, man. He don't want to fight. Now, for whatever reasons you want to claim, you could say, oh man, he don't want to fight because he's scared. That's fine. He's got to prove that wrong. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with anybody. Oh man, he clout chasing. Okay, I'm not disagreeing with that either. Someone's gonna have to prove that wrong. You're gonna have to prove him not being scared. Prove him not being a clout chaser. Prove it. Prove him not using Errol Spence's name for other fights. Prove it. At this point, no matter what y'all said about Budrick, I'm in agreement. Someone's gonna have to prove it wrong. He's scared. He's clout chasing. He really don't want to. He's just ducking. He's using Errol Spence's name. I agree. Now somebody prove it wrong. Because all I see is goofy niggas coming here telling me, yo, you just hate Terrence Crawford. Okay. Well, if you think I hate Terrence Crawford, stop fucking watching me. Terrence Crawford don't think I hate Terrence Crawford. Because his people tell me, nah, BF, you good, man. Keep doing your thing. That's what his people say. So, if you don't like what I'm doing, if you don't like the truth that I'm saying, get the fuck away from me then. Stop watching my page. I'm pretty sure there's other dick rotten pages you can watch. Niggas out here saying, Terrence Crawford the greatest fighter in the world because ESPN said so. The network that he fights on, or that he did fight on. Top Rank said he's the pound-for-pound greatest fighter in the world. So, yeah, there he is. He's the pound-for-pound greatest fighter in the world. Pound-for-pound rankings, BFTB. As if that fucking matters. They cannot, nobody, bro. I don't agree with anybody's pound-for-pound rankings. If you cannot explain it. If you cannot explain what pound for pound is, then your rankings mean nothing to me. See, BFTB can explain what pound for pound is. That's why my rankings matter. That's why hasn't no one refuted my rankings. You get mad at my rankings, but you haven't refuted because you have no definition for yours. You just fall back on ESPN, Ring Magazine. Okay, well, what's their definition? Oh, the guy's voting on it, no boxing, BFTB. The guy's voting on it. Okay, fine, no problem. Then what is the guys that are voting on pound for pound, what is their definition of what pound for pound is? What's their definition? When y'all figure that out, y'all come back to me. For me, at this point, I am ready for Errol Spence to move on. I am. But the fact that he hasn't, the fact that he's putting himself in a detrimental position because he's not fighting anybody, he's pushing for Terrence Crawford. He didn't send this man offers, didn't send this man a contract of which Terrence Crawford said he got and then said he didn't get. And then people just strategically decide to pick what they want to believe because he said everything. I didn't get it. Yes, I did get it. It was messed up. I didn't get nothing. And they just pick whichever one they want and say, well, he never got one. Or he did get one, but it was messed up. Or he didn't get a contract. He got a term sheet. Or he got a term sheet. The term sheet wasn't right. They'll figure out whatever they want to figure out because Terrence Crawford has said everything. Everything. To include, I agree to everything. Well, if you agreed to everything, then what you agreed to was in a contract. You agreed to the term sheet or the contract. You agreed to that. That's what you agreed to. So you got something. And you agreed to it. But let Terrence Crawford fans say it, and they'll say, oh, man, Crawford ain't getting nothing. Where's the contract? Crawford ain't getting nothing. But they can never tell you what Crawford agreed to. But he ain't getting nothing, though. He ain't getting nothing, but, whatever. He agreed to everything that he didn't get. Got it. I got it, bro. I got it. I'm sitting here like, Errol, move on, bro. Move on. This guy don't want to fight you, bro. He don't want to fight you. And the more Errol Spence stays at 147, the more Terrence Crawford is going to use his name and fight somebody else. That's what's going to happen. I'm just going to use Errol's name. Well, everybody already know who I want. Spin the block, EJ. Everybody already know while you're fighting Rocha. Everybody already know who I want. I'm waiting for Errol to spin the block while you're fighting quadruple armadillo. He don't want to fight you, though. Errol Spence, listen to me, King. Terrence Crawford does not want to fight you. I don't give a fuck what conversation y'all had. I do not care. I do not care how long y'all talked and what y'all talked about. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you sent this man a contract and the man refused it. All right, that's just that. He asked for something that nobody ever asked for. Oh, come on, man. If you're going to take 35%, shouldn't he get transparency, BF? He should get transparency, though, right, BF? Shouldn't he know what his percentage is, BF? Well, when did Deontay Wilder say, listen, Anthony Joshua, I accept your 15%. But if I'm only going to get 15%, you got to open the books for me and let me see the books. You got to let me see Eddie Hearn's books so I can make sure I get all 15% because that's what they offered Deontay Wilder. 15%. Yeah. They offered that man 15%. And Eddie Hearn said, come on, bruv. Deon Wilder doesn't deserve anything. He will take what Anthony Joshua gives him. His commercial value is so garbage, so trash. He's just some guy from Alabama. Okay, well, Deontay Wilder said, fine. I do not remember Deontay Wilder saying, I'll accept that 15%, but I need to see the books to make sure that all the money is tallied up. Every penny is tallied up before I get my 15% cut. I don't remember that. And I don't remember any motherfucking Anthony Joshua nut hugger saying, come on, AJ, man, show the books. Man, 15, what y'all did say is 15%, $15 million, man, that's a lot of money. That's 5 times, 25 times your highest purse. It's 25, 19, 35, 54 times your highest purse. Y'all just moved the narrative for whatever y'all want. So you don't give a fuck about Champ seeing the entire books so that he can get his full 15%. You don't care about that. Because you didn't want that fight either. Because you know Joshua can't beat that man. But when it comes to Terrence Crawford and Errol, when it comes to EJ and Bud, you got to see the books. Why? Because you don't want that fight either. So you use two different excuses for two different fights with the same things to avoid the fights from happening because you don't want to see them. Now you'll watch this video and say, oh, come on, man. I want to see Terrence Crawford Errol Spence fight, bro, because I think Terrence Crawford will stop that man, man. Terrence Crawford will stop that man. Yeah, but then you do everything except for tell your favorite, come on, bro. You're going to make millions, dog. Come on, man. You're going to make millions. Give us the fight we want to see. I'm rocking with you heavy, bro. I think you beat Errol. I think you knock him out. You're going to make millions. How many more millions you got to make? You're going to make millions, bro. Take your 35%. The fight does $100 million. You make $35 million. Tell me you want 40%. And just rock out with, bro. Oh, no, come on, BFTB. If he wants, it don't even matter. It don't matter what he wants. They got to open the books. They got to, because they got to open the books because Adrian Broner said so. The guy that was begging Al Heyman, take him back. Begging Floyd Mayweather for a fight, that guy. And I fuck with AB, but these are facts. That guy. The guy who has his little brother signed directly to Al Heyman. His little brother, Gervonta Tank Davis, the face of boxing. So Tank said he's not in his contract, and Big Bro is not telling him, hey man, get the fuck up out of there. You're missing out on money. Big Bro ain't doing that. But y'all want me to, all right, okay. I hear y'all, but you make no sense. All right, you make no sense. Bottom line, my plea to Errol Spence. Listen, bro, I'm with you, champ. It's man down over here, all right? I'm with you. I know you did what you had to do. BFTB was going at you in the beginning because I believe that you wasn't. And just as quiet as you was then, you're just as quiet now. You said what you're doing, and you have been doing it. You have been consistently doing it. Whether I like the path you took or not, you have been consistently doing it. And truth be told, the path you took was the best path. Because had you just went after Terrence from the beginning, had you just went after Crawford from that time, he would have stalled your career out all the way back then. You wouldn't be unified right now. Sort of the same thing that Crawford did to Edward Troyanowski at 140. Stalled that fight out for a long time until Ndongo got the belts. Then he fought him right away, no problem. But when it came to Edward Troyanowski, I'm stalling. Who is this guy? He ain't nobody, yada, yada, yada. And then all of a sudden, you fight Ndongo right away. Crazy how people leave that stuff out. Crazy. Whatever, man. But here's my plea to you, champ. Move on. This guy don't want to fight you. He don't want to fight you. And the longer you sit at 140, all you are to him is a meal ticket. That's all you are. He is not going to fight you. I have no faith in Terrence Crawford fighting Errol Spence. I have no faith. None. I believe EJ will fight Bud, but I do not believe Bud will fight EJ. I believe EJ wants all the smoke with this man and is pressing for this fight as the A-side, giving this man whatever and however. He's already said give him what he wants. He's already said that. Last year, give him what he wants. Errol, the A-side, gave in and said give the man what he wants. Give him what he wants. He said that. He's on record saying give him what he wants. Because EJ know he's going to get paid. He know he's going to get the bag. He knows that. Regardless of what he's going to make millions. So that's why he said, give the man what he wants. The man agreed to it and then turned it down. Because he didn't really agree to it. Errol, move on. 154 is calling you. 154 is where you should be at, reigning supreme. 154, where we should be seeing Errol Spence fighting at least twice a year. Big names. Right now, you're fighting once a year because people are holding up your career. When you go to 54, motherfuckers is going to want to fight you. They ain't trying to hold up shit because they know shit. If they don't fight you, somebody else is going to fight you. And everybody's going to be trying to knock you off because your name is Errol the Truth Spence. You are running all that shit up there. So they're going to be trying to knock you off. Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, just wants to hold you back. He don't want to fuck with you because he knows you're going to knock his shit off. So if I'm Bud, as long as I don't fight you, I can use your name. Just is what it is. But it's crazy how no Bud fans are getting tired with Bud saying, come on, Bud. Come on, Bud. Come on, dude. Errol Spence, listen, bro, we said, you got to get paid because you've been inactive. But Errol Spence is not getting paid from inactivity. At all. No, he's been inactive for a year. With no fight. Because the only fight he wants is you. Where are the Bud fans saying this? Listen, Bud, now we protected you. We went at you. We went with you, bro. We rode with you because you needed to get paid. You needed to get paid, so you fought David Ambrosia. You needed to get paid, and we rock with you. Where are those people saying, come on, Bud. Come on, Bud. Bro, Errol's been out of the ring for a year, bro. For a year, man. Now, he's going to have to get paid, bro. He's going to have to get paid. There's going to have to be a fight coming up there where he's got to get paid, bro. Where they at? Where are those people at? Where are the people saying, "Oh, come on, EJ trying to age the man out. He trying to age the man out because he trying to keep this man out the ring for inactivity, bro. He trying to keep Bud out the ring for inactivity, trying to age him out." Where are those people saying that about Bud? The Bud fans. Come on, Bud, man. Come on, Bud. You trying to age EJ out, bro. You listen, bro. I don't care if you older than him, dog. You was active. You trying to make this, how long you trying to hold this man out and just accept the fight, bro? Where are those people at? The same ones that gave all this credence and credit to Terrence Crawford for, Terrence Crawford. They still say his first and last name, but whatever. Where these people that gave him all that, it's okay for him to fight this guy, okay for him to fight that guy. Where are those people saying, all right, listen, bro. Now, I said it was okay for you to fight Ambrosia, but I said it was okay because you was inactive. Errol got to fight somebody, bro. He got to fight somebody because, he's inactive. So let him get a quadruple armadillo, you know what I'm saying, or a pineapple Pete. Let him get there's a Liam or a Caleb. Let him get one of those guys. I'm sure Amir Khan will come out of retirement to fight him. Let him get one of those guys to, get some activity under his belt and get paid. Because, he's got to feed his family like you had to feed your family, bud. You had to feed your family, and we was with you with that Ambrosia fight. You had to feed your family. So, I know Errol got to feed his family. Where are those people at? Nowhere around. And the reason why they're nowhere around is because they never really cared. They just don't like Errol Spence. They're not even Terrence Crawford fans. I don't even think Crawford really has fans like that, to be honest. At this point, I don't even think he had. They don't want him to fight nobody at all. Definitely not Errol. Where is the same hype and hoopla over Errol Spence's interview that it was for Terrence's IG Live? They were A-OK when we shitting on Al Heyman and shit like that, but all Errol said is, that's the only fight I want is that guy. I told y'all this. I told you I'm going to get on my belts, and I'm going after this guy. I got the third belt, and I went directly after him. And I'm still going directly after him. That's the only fight I want. I don't give a damn how long. That's the only fight I want. Where is all the same people that was making articles and interviews talking about how Errol ain't shit and look what Errol did to Bud and I can't believe this, look at this, that, blah, blah, blah. Where are those same people asking Terrence Crawford where is the $50 million for the hedge funds? If EJ is trying to make the fight and hasn't fought nobody at all, and it's been over a year because he's trying to fight you, well, why don't you? Where's the $50 million at? Where's the 25 hedge fund? Why can't you send a contract without? Why can't you send a term sheet without terms? I don't give a fuck what y'all conversation was. I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, I know terms, term sheets, contracts. And I know that if this man, Budrick, had 50 million, 25 apiece, he can put it on a term sheet. That I know. You can send it to Errol Spence and let Errol take it to Al Heyman. You could do that. Here's the terms. Here's the hedge funds, the people that say they know Al. Here's the terms. This is what they're willing to do. Blah, 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 blah. You said you're willing to fight on neutral. We already said we can fight in Vegas. Blah, 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 blah. So here's the terms. We'll figure out a date after we agree on the terms. This is what they're willing to do for us. Here you go. Why can't he do that? No, BFTP can't do that because Al said he not letting nobody near this fight. That's what Al said. We'll give it to Errol Spence. Let Errol take it to Al. I guess that's too much to ask. Oh, no, it's going to cost money for him. No, the fuck it won't. He can write it on a fucking napkin. Send it in an email. Here are the names of the two hedge funds. This is what they're willing to put up for us. These are the guys right here. They said they know you. Call them. Here's their phone numbers. The numbers that they use to call me. Here's their numbers for you to call them. How hard is that? The fight hasn't happened. So did the money vanish? Did it go away? Is it no longer real? Just asking. But again, this is the same guy that said BLK is where the fights are happening now. They're the ones putting the bag, and then he left them. It's the same guy. He don't want to fight Errol at all, man. BLK, baby, black people, BLK. Listen, where the fights, man. Listen, bro. They doing people right. It's they the new wave. They the new move. If you want to make the fights happen, bro, this is the place to make them happen. They doing people right. Well, why aren't you still there? I love how everybody just glazes over that, like just glaze over that he left the place that he said is where the fights get made. So let's just say BLK was where the fights get made. It's where the fights get made. Why'd you leave? If you want to make the Errol Spence fight, you don't want to fight the man. You don't. You just don't. And it's time for Errol to move on. BFTB. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And I'm out.